Did you know which piece of jewelry Napoleon III gifted to his fiancée Eugenie? And how about taking a look at a tiara that survived a revolution and became one of the most iconic diadems in the world? My previous video, dedicated to pearl tiaras in honor of the month of June, received a wonderful response. I sincerely appreciate your engagement. Your interest and support have been greatly valued. You asked for more, and I am pleased to bring you the continuation. Today, you can look forward to captivating new stories about pearl tiaras from various royal families. Before we begin, please support my channel by clicking the like and subscribe buttons. Thank you. The antique pearl tiara. In the possession of the Dutch royal family is a tiara sometimes referred to as the Pavlovnik pearl tiara, due to its resemblance to a tiara once owned by Queen Anna Pavlovna, the consort of King Willem II of the Netherlands. The ultimate fate of Queen Anna Pavlovna's original tiara remains a mystery. The current tiara, while perhaps modeled after Queen Anna's, was crafted between 1900 and 1910 for Queen Wilhelmina. It showcases a base of delicate diamond garlands, each crowned with a single, brilliant-cut diamond. Fleur-de-lis, composed of brilliant-cut diamonds, contribute to the tiara's sparkling grandeur, which was clearly a favorite of Queen Wilhelmina. The tiara's most striking feature is its arrangement of 7 large and lustrous natural pearls. It is believed that 4 of the largest pearls, including one that weighs over 41 grains, were originally part of the personal collection of Princess Amelia of Solms, Prince Frederick Hendrik's wife. Such sizable, perfectly shaped pearls are remarkably scarce and accordingly quite valuable. Queen Wilhelmina put this tiara into a family jewel foundation so that all of the Netherlands' queens and princesses could wear it. It was passed on to her daughter, Queen Juliana, in 1962. While Queen Juliana did not frequently wear the tiara, her daughter, Princess Beatrix, developed a fondness for it and donned it for the first time in celebration of her 21st birthday. The tiara has also graced the heads of both Princess Margriet and Princess Irene on occasion. Today, Dutch Queen Maxima is the current wearer of the antique pearl crown. Princess Esterhazy's pearl and diamond tiara. This magnificent tiara once belonged to Princess Margit Chiraki. In the 1900 photograph, she is adorned in an astonishing array of pearls. These jewels were commissioned from Kokert, the imperial jewelers in Vienna, resetting some of the family's renowned pearls. Margit Chiraki hailed from an ancient Hungarian noble family. Her father was Count Antal Ferenc Chiraki, and her mother was Countess Alice Esterhazy. Despite the disapproval of the ducal family, she married Prince Miklos Esterhazy on November 16, 1898. Their happy marriage produced 5 children. Sadly, her life was cut short at the age of 36, dying in 1910. Princess Margit Chiraki was young, cheerful, and kind-hearted, often describing herself as energetic, active, a woman captain. Her principles regarding the upbringing of children can serve as a model for every parent and educator. As she herself stated, she aimed to raise good Catholics, selfless, useful Hungarian citizens who would benefit their homeland while mastering languages and maintaining physical fitness. Her short life has left a lasting impression, and to this day, the bells of the Furtad Sutor Church ring in her honor on St. Margaret's Day. Unfortunately, I was unable to find detailed information about the tiara and its subsequent fate. The tiara is a spectacular example of the Austro-Hungarian Esterhazy family's jewelry collection, dating to around 1890. It features at least 18 pear-shaped pearls suspended from double garlands of diamonds strung between 5 pinnacles, each topped with a large pearl and circular diamond, all supported by bands of diamonds including large button pearls. Queen Ina's pearl and diamond tiara. Upon her marriage to King Alfonso, the 13th of Spain in May 1906, Queen Victoria Eugenie, known as Ina, received a stunning pearl and diamond tiara as a wedding gift from her mother-in-law, Queen Maria Cristina. This tiara, crafted by Ancona, was part of an extensive pearl and diamond parure. There are no known photos of Queen Ina wearing the tiara in this form. She probably didn't like it. Consequently, she took it to Cartier in 1920. Cartier opted for platinum in their redesign. The transformed piece featured diamonds in a pattern resembling laurel sprigs, with 8 prominent pearls gracing the center of each. Queen Ina was known to occasionally add another pearl to the apex. Originally, the pearls in the tiara could also be replaced with emeralds. Ina frequently wore the tiara with emeralds and paired it with other pieces of emerald jewelry. Sadly, due to political turmoil and exile, Queen Ina was compelled to sell the emeralds between 1958 and 1962, after which it reverted to pearls adorning the tiara once more. The elegant pearl and diamond creation was eventually bequeathed upon Ina's death to her youngest daughter, Infanta Maria Cristina. Upon her passing in 1996, the tiara returned to the central branch of the Spanish royal family. By the late 1990s, a Spanish queen was seen wearing the Cartier tiara once again. Infanta Cristina borrowed the Cartier tiara for the wedding of Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden and Daniel Westling in 2010 in Stockholm. It was the first time this tiara was worn by someone other than Queen Sofia since it came into her possession. In 2018, Queen Letizia wore the Cartier pearl tiara for the first time ever. Wurttemberg ornate pearl tiara. The tiara's name stems from its mysterious origin. It was long believed to have been a gift from King William I of Wurttemberg to his daughter, Princess Sophia, for her 1839 wedding to King William III of the Netherlands. The tiara was presumably crafted by a German jeweler. A photograph of the tiara, found in the archives of the Dutch jeweler Royal Begeer and dated 1897, a year before Queen Wilhelmina's enthronement, suggests it might have been made around that time. However, it is certain that the pearls in the tiara had been in the family much earlier, possibly owned by Sophia of Wurttemberg. In 1884, the then Princess Wilhelmina inherited numerous jewels, including a diamond and pearl tiara from her half-brother Prince Alexander. This tiara may have been the Wurttemberg tiara or another piece that was later altered. Due to the lack of imagery of Queen Sophia wearing any pearl tiara, its precise identification remains uncertain. The first documented instance of the tiara being worn is by a young Queen Wilhelmina, showcasing it in its complete form. When Queen Juliana inherited the tiara, she incorporated it into the family's jewelry foundation to ensure it would not be dispersed through future inheritances. Queen Juliana rarely wore the tiara, one notable occasion being her state visit to the United Kingdom in 1950, where she donned it in its complete version. The Wurttemberg tiara became one of the most frequently worn tiaras by Queen Beatrix for various official events throughout her reign. She predominantly wore it in its form without the 2 upper rows of pearls. Following Beatrix's abdication, the tiara has been worn several times by her daughter-in-law, Queen Maxima. The Beauharnais pearl tiara. This is one of the most charming tiaras of 19th century Germany, the pearl tiara that belonged to Grand Duchess Stephanie of Baden. Duchess Stephanie de Beauharnais was connected to the French imperial family. Napoleon Bonaparte, the second husband of Empress Josephine, was very fond of her and arranged her marriage to the future Grand Duke of Baden. The tiara was created around 1830, after Stephanie had become a widow. This piece, made of yellow gold and adorned with diamonds and pearls, was initially worn on the top of the head. After Stephanie's death in 1860, the tiara passed to her granddaughter, Carola, who married Crown Prince Albert of Saxony in 1853. When Carola died in 1907, the tiara was handed down to her cousin, who later bequeathed it to her son, King Albert I of Belgium, in 1912. In 1924, King Albert and Queen Elizabeth gifted the tiara to their daughter, Princess Marie-José. At that time, the tiara was modified to be worn as a bandeau. Marie-José wore this pearl tiara at many events and in portraits, including during the Belgian royal family's visit to the Vatican shortly before her marriage to Crown Prince Umberto of Italy in 1930. Despite having other jewels, Marie-José kept the pearl tiara until her death in 2001. After Marie-José's death, the tiara was passed down to her daughter, Princess Maria Gabriella of Savoy. In 2007, Maria Gabriella decided to sell many of her mother's jewels, including the pearl tiara. The state of Baden-Wurttemberg, which includes the former Grand Duchy of Baden, spent over $85,000 to purchase the tiara at auction. Now, the tiara is part of the permanent collection on display at Schloss Mannheim, which was once the home of Grand Duchess Stephanie. The Ancona tiara. The story of the Ancona tiara is unique because it is one of those rare instances where a royal piece, after passing through an auction, remained within a royal family. The first owner of this pearl and diamond tiara was Princess Maria Anna of Saxony, from the Habsburg branch of the Italian royal family. It is believed that the tiara was made for her wedding to Leopold II, the future Grand Duke of Tuscany, in 1817, although the exact date of its creation is unknown. The pearls on the tiara are natural and slightly mismatched, giving it a special uniqueness. Diamond trefoils frame the pearls, and the base of the tiara is decorated with small round pearls. After Maria Anna's death, the tiara passed to her husband's next wife, Princess Maria Antonia of the Two Sicilies. It was then inherited by their daughter, Archduchess Maria Isabella, whose Bourbon Two Sicilies family passed the tiara down for about a century. The last owner from this lineage was Princess Lucia, who married Prince Eugenio of Savoy, Duke of Ancona. Thanks to this connection, the tiara is known by its current name. Despite its long family history, the Savoy family put the tiara up for auction in 1999. This is where the story becomes even more interesting. The new buyer of the tiara turned out to be connected to the original owners. Prince Carlo of Bourbon Two Sicilies, Duke of Castro, is married to Camilla Crociani, whose wealthy parents bought the tiara for her. Prince Carlo is also a descendant of Maria Antoinetta of Bourbon Two Sicilies, keeping the tiara in the family. Camilla first wore the tiara in public in 2004 at the wedding of Crown Prince Frederick of Denmark, surprising everyone by appearing in a family heirloom that many thought was lost. Thus, the Ancona tiara not only was not lost, but remained within the family, symbolizing its continuous history. Empress Eugenie's pearl tiara. In 1853, Emperor Napoleon III gifted an elegant tiara to his fiancée, Eugenie de Montijo, the daughter of a Spanish nobleman, in anticipation of their wedding. The tiara features a total of 212 pearls and 1,998 diamonds, all of which were already part of the treasury and had once belonged to two other illustrious French women, Maria Louisa, the wife of Napoleon Bonaparte, and Marie Thérèse, Duchess of Angoulême, the daughter of the executed Marie Antoinette and Louis XVI. The court jewelers Gabrielle Lemonnier and François Kramer crafted entirely new adornments for Eugenie from these stones. Eugenie was considered one of the most beautiful women of her time and a trendsetter not only in France but across Europe. She often wore the tiara and also posed with it for portraits by the artist Winterhalter. Despite years of successful rule, the French turned against Napoleon III after his defeat in the war with Prussia in 1870, and he, along with Eugenie, fled to England. The tiara and other crown jewels were left behind in France by the Empress. In 1887, the French government decided to auction off some of the imperial jewels, and the tiara was sold. It was bought and resold several times until 1890, when Prince Albert I of Thurn and Taxis acquired it. The tiara became a wedding gift once again, this time to Archduchess Margaret Clementine of Austria, who frequently wore it. The next time the tiara was seen publicly was many decades later, again as a wedding gift. Countess Gloria von Schönberg-Glauchau received it from her father-in-law when she married Prince Johannes in 1980. In 1992, following the death of her husband, who left behind a significant inheritance, Gloria inherited not only the family jewels, but also substantial family debts and a hefty inheritance tax. Consequently, a large portion of the estate was sold off, including Eugenie's tiara. The precious tiara was purchased by friends of the Louvre, where it is still on display today, reunited with its homeland. The Vladimir tiara. The Vladimir tiara boasts a captivating history. It survived a revolution, a coup d'etat, was hidden, stolen, and made an incredible journey from St. Petersburg to London, eventually becoming one of the most iconic tiaras in the world. Its first owner was Grand Duchess Maria Pavlovna of Russia, born Duchess Marie of Mecklenburg-Schwerin, a German princess. She became one of the most prominent figures in the Romanov imperial court at the turn of the 20th century. The tiara was crafted by the court jeweler Baden and features 15 intertwined diamond hoops, each centered with a large drop-shaped pearl pendant. The pearls are detachable, and the diamond base can be worn separately as a more understated diadem or even fashioned into a small crown. The Russian Revolution of 1917 forced Maria Pavlovna to flee the country, leaving most of her jewels behind in the Vladimir Palace. However, thanks to a daring plan hatched by her son Boris and his friend Bertie Stopford, the tiara, along with other valuables, was smuggled out of Russia. Following Maria Pavlovna's death, her only daughter, Grand Duchess Elena Vladimirovna, was forced to sell the tiara. It was purchased by Queen Mary, a renowned jewelry aficionado, who appreciated the Vladimir tiara's beauty and historical significance. Queen Mary commissioned Garrett to restore the piece and create a set of interchangeable emerald drops using the Cambridge emeralds. Upon Queen Mary's death in 1953, the tiara was inherited by her granddaughter, Queen Elizabeth II. Queen Elizabeth wore the Vladimir tiara throughout her reign, and it is believed to have been among her favorites given the numerous occasions on which she donned it. Thank you for watching this video. Share your impressions in the comments and support my channel by subscribing and liking. Thank you.